Welcome to my vineyard ramble. You can see it's an absolutely glorious, glorious day. So I'm just going to locate where we are. We're under a lovely blue sky. And this direction is Touchon. We're actually on the main road into Touchon. So for those of you who are going to come and see me or who've already been, we're here on the main road. So Touchon is just about 300 meters down that road. Yes, we can see the Canigou, the foothills of the Pyrenees behind the tree. Some people are asking, will we see the Canigou today? It's behind there, still a little bit of snow on it. So that's the Roussillon. We're going to pan round. Behind those rocks the cliffs is the Mediterranean. And then panning around again, that is the Chateau d'Aguilar in the background, the Cathar Castle that is as you come into Touchon. That's a lovely sunshine. And then over in this direction is Narbonne. So that's the Narbonne road, Narbonne direction. And hi Diane, you see Diane's actually got her top off today. Such a lovely day. Okay, so there's lots going on. I think we'll start with the little quiz. I think we're going to have quite an agricultural day today. So it's going to be the first person to put up four tractors, and you'll get a sachet of wild herbs that I've picked from our organic vineyards here. So anybody there with 4 tractors, as I said, Brad, if you win again, I think we're going to take the person who comes after you, because you're just, yeah, iPhone guy, fantastic. We have a different winner, excellent. Okay, let's get rambling. So this is an old parcel. It's called Donneuve. It's on the road just outside, just on the way into Touchon. It's old 80-year-old vines, and it's co-planted. Co-planted just meaning there's lots of different grapes varieties in here, and we're going to go and have a look at one. So I'm going to explain it to you. You can hear in the background the tractor noise. The tractor noise, we're going to go and have a look at that later on too. So we've got lots to get through today, but let's have a look here. Okay, anybody up for identifying this vine? I'm going to give you clues. It makes white wine. So it's a white wine grape. Here's the leaf. So it's lovely and smooth on the top, and it is quite rounded. So a waxy, you can see the wax better, a waxy top to the surface of the leaves, a nice rounded shape, not that indented. Turn it over and there's no leaves. It's very smooth, very few veins on the top. So let's see, anybody getting this? I'll give you a few. Loads of grapes, but you cannot tell at this stage by the grapes. So here, the lovely, smooth, waxy leaves. Grenache, yes, Nikki, Grenache Gris. Actually, you're spot on with the Grenache Gris. At this stage, you can't actually tell that it's Grenache Gris. So Grenache definitely suits on that one. So these are old 80-year-old Grenache. Tractor's getting a bit closer. I'll shout a bit louder and just walk a bit further into the vineyard. You can see the soils today are sort of colluvial deposits from a riverbed. You can see we're on the flat. Just give you another lovely view. That castle up there. Yeah, I'm glad you're all learning from the grape varieties. If anybody has any general questions, remember there's the question and answer box at the bottom, and I can pin those up at the end. So I'm glad you're learning something here. So quick look, I found another grape variety. As I said, this vineyard is co-planted. Just before that, a quick look at the wild flower of this morning. So that is a thistle. It's a donkey thistle. Donkey thistles apparently used to be eaten like artichokes. Probably be a bit spiky, I think, but donkey thistle growing next to this vine. Okay, so let's have a look. The leaf school. This is a different variety. Now there is one way of telling as well, is that in the colour of the leaves. So these are a bit darker. We have seen this vine before a while ago, but you see the leaves are really indented. So you've got 5 lobes, and look, you've got like the indent goes right in. Oops, I can't say it. The indent goes right in to the middle of the leaf almost. very indented. It's got a nice bubbly surface, so a nice embossed surface on the top. You can see that. Carignan, Marcel, that's it. And you've got fine hairs on the underside. So really indented, embossed, fine hairs, Carignan. That's right. And look at those grapes. Is this the first time you've seen Carignan grapes this growing season? Amazing, absolutely amazing. So another look at those lovely fresh Carignan leaves. And now you've quick look at the thistle again. And this lovely terroir, a little bit different, the terroir, less stony, not big stones. But now we're going to go over, I'm going to cross over the vineyard, and we're going to go and look at the tractor, because we're actually ploughing in this vineyard today. So I'm going to come across it. So as we're organic, this is how we do the weed control. So across we go. Again, those of you just joined, just look at that sky, lovely blue sky. And what I wanted to show you here is, so this is, if we're looking down the rows here, this is where we haven't ploughed yet. Yeah, it's a banana-shaped bunch on the Carignan. It's probably a little bit early to tell on the shape of the actual bunches, but we will come back to that later in the season. As they get bigger, we can look at the shape of the bunches. So here, we're in the row that hasn't been ploughed yet. Okay, isn't that lovely? So unploughed, quite grassy. Now these vines, I've been reading up on this, I've learnt my lesson from yesterday. These vines are planted at 1.50 meters. Blue skies are back. So they're planted at 1.50 meters distance. Now that was a distance that a horse could get through the vines to plough. So when they were planted 80 years ago, they would have been ploughed with a horse-drawn plough, and so they were planted at 1.50 meters. Yesterday, the vineyard we were in, Amber Valley Wines, if you're there, that was your question, they're planted at 2.20 meters so that we can get a modern-day tractor through. But today, we've got our old little tractor in the vineyard. So, if we just come across, that's what I was showing you where we haven't ploughed, and then look at this. It's so exciting. It really is. I just love it. Look at this earth here, and this is where Michel is on the tractor this morning, and this is where he's been ploughing this morning. So it's just quite a light plough still, but you can see the difference. All the grass is gone in the middle bit anyway. If you look down at the soil, you actually want to pick up the soil and have a look at it. So it's quite sandy, you can see there, but lovely fresh tilled soil. Now you may be saying, yes, Katie, you've got some of the grass out, but there's still grass here in between the vines. So you can see here. So that's going to be the next job. And that will be coming in with another adapter, adapting the plough so that it literally just cuts the grass in between the vines. In the olden days, or in times gone by, they would have crisscrossed the ploughing. So they would have go this way, and then they would go this way along the vines, but the vines have sprawled out a little bit, so that's not possible. But we have what you call an intercept, and the intercept we'll put on the back of the plough, and that means we can get these last bits of grass. You want another quick look at the grapes? Look at those, absolutely lovely. And this, I know you've probably got it before I have. That's Grenache, nice waxy leaf, nice and shiny. Right, so getting closer to the tractor. I think I'm going to ask him to just turn it off. I don't want to stop him for too long, but I just wanted to show you. Let's all say hello to the tractor. So, it's just lovely. Look at this little tractor. And this is, non, reste là, Michel, c'est bon. And this is, salut Michel. This is Michel, who is who works for us. He's a vineyard manager. Morning. Bonjour. Bonjour. And today he's on a Saint-Chamond, but I just wanted to get a little close up. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Such a smiley face. Okay, well, let Michel get on. Turn it over. Oh, and look, I just show you, he's got off, but there's no steering wheel. See, there's no steering wheel at all. So here it's with levers, and here on the bottom, you've got my shadow, so I'll go around here. You've got the caterpillar there, and no levers, no steering wheel, just levers here. Caterpillar wheel, so that means it gets through everything. And then here's the plough on the back. C'est bon, Michel, si tu veux. On va pas t'empêcher de travailler plus longtemps. Merci. C'est facile à conduire?
Oui.
Ouais? Ouais. So Michel's saying it's really easy to drive. It's a nice. Quand il fait beau comme ça, ça va.
Ah oui, c'est agréable, ouais.
Ouais.
En
brun. We get suntan as well down here. So Michel's going to fire up the tractor again. And you can see here, just whoop, off he goes. Whoop, get out of the way. There's a few stones in there. And there he is. Wow, who fancies doing that? I'd love to sit on that tractor. It matches my car. It does, doesn't it? It's just, they must be from the same era. They're both about 50 years old. And I'll just take a few of your questions. Let me have a look. If you've got, love a tractor. I love tractors. It gives you a feeling, I don't know, it's just that sort of feeling of freedom in a tractor. Sounds a bit strange, but it's what it is. So, just see here. So, a question from Hamish. What's the journey time back to the winery? So the journey time back to the winery, so if we go up here, this is one of the closer vineyards to the winery. It would take about 10 minutes. So 10 minutes up that main road that we saw into Touchon. So we're 10 minutes outside of Touchon. How long between being picked? Yeah, so how long between being picked? So the journey is actually 10 minutes. This is all picked by hand. So we come in, for the whites, we will come in the morning, and we pick just in the morning. We'd keep the grapes in the shade, and then we would take them into the winery around about 10:30. Probably the first load would go in. They then go into a big fridge just to chill them right down, and we press the following day. Thanks for that question, Hamish. Hope you're well up there in Newcastle. Question from John in Denmark. Is it too early for green harvest? Yes. We are not out of the woods yet, John. Green harvest, we don't really do a green harvest as such, but not yet anyway. We're going to wait another couple of weeks before we actually sometimes take some of the buds out. So green harvest makes me think of actually making the grapes, you know, the bunches of grapes that are not quite ripe fall off just before the harvest. We don't do that. We will be doing some debudding in the next couple of weeks. We're still not out of the woods though. It's best to do that when it's a bit safer. The wind, although it's hard to imagine today that there's any wind here, but that north wind that's come on Tanya will be back soon, and that could break the branches and it could blow the buds off as well. So we're going to wait just a bit longer until we're a bit safer, and then we will start just sort of thinning out the buds, thinning out the not the buds anymore, they're not there, thinning out the grapes in the vines. Let's see if I can show you. So here, so that we don't get too many. It's a nice bunch of grapes, so we don't get too many bunches of grapes, and then the vine can really concentrate on just producing a high quality from the couple of bunches that are left. So there's bunches here. I know you've all recognized the grape variety here, and some more bunches here. So, and you can see some more nestling in there, little green bunches, just amazing. So thanks for that question, John in Denmark. There we go. It's been lovely, and it's just, look at this, one last view at the castle. Thanks everybody. See you tomorrow for another vineyard ramble. Same time, different vine.